I remember going for a coffee with you when you were in Manchester. And we sat down and said, I can do this job. I can do this job. I can do it. I can be a number one. And you're in the Champions League final now. How does that feel? The journey.
Well, first of all, I feel very grateful because a lot of people has been involved in that journey. Starting with Arsene, I believe, with me, with David Moyes, that yesterday, you know what he said and how I feel about him. All the coaches, Pep obviously, and all the staff there, and then everybody at the club that believed in me when I didn't coach anybody a few years ago when Champions League, just to play Champions League was a miracle because we had 7 years without Champions League, and now we are in a final after 20 years and for the second time in our history. So, yeah, sometimes it's difficult to find the reason why we do what we do and this job, but certainly next night tonight explained and gives you the right reason to continue.
You use your brain for a lot of things, including analyzing the rivals, including what you have to do today. How close was it what we saw to what you prepared and you wanted?
Well, there are moments, and we knew there were going to be moments in the game. It was extremely tough. It's probably the hardest lineup that I had to do. I don't know how many lineups I did in my iPad. I deleted them, I start again all over. And I really felt that leaving the players out tonight was going to be hurting for some of them. At the end, I went for my gut feeling, what I had to do. I spoke to the ones that they weren't starting, and the reaction, it was incredible. And you saw when they came in the game at a difficult stage, they were incredible.
So you did talk to the ones that did not start today? Before the game?
Yeah.
And what?
Because I think they deserve it, especially they deserve how I feel about them. And I think if you appreciate what they do every single day, and I've been on that seat, and I know how much everybody fights to be in these moments, and everybody wants to be starting those games, I think it's important to at least explain how you feel. Not the reasons, but at least how you feel about them.
First half was very good from you, but obviously the goal at that moment was crucial.
The timing was exceptional. The timing of that goal was really, really important. And we knew that we're going to make the changes. It's a team that it's so competitive. It goes so many ways to alter the game, to change the game. And yeah, there were times that we had to suffer. Obviously, we had two big chances to score the second goal, and we didn't. And the last minutes were difficult.
Second half was more about making sure that not a lot happened, you felt?
Yeah. Well, especially at the end of the game, and in this competition, you have to be so good at managing the game when you need to, and I think we've done that well.
And finally, at the end, it just felt like you wanted to be in the stands, not on the pitch. It felt like that.
Because I know what these supporters, they've been through for so long. I mean, you're talking about 20 years at this club. You're talking about something that has been done only once in the history of this club. So I know what it means to that people, and just seeing their faces and engaging with them. I'm sorry, but I really enjoyed it.
What a noise. What a moment for this team, for this club.
Hey, you're taking me away from the celebrations, man. It's so beautiful. You have to see what it means to us, what it means to the fans. Yeah, we're all so happy.
What pulled you through? They say about managing games, you take the lead. It's easier said than done sometimes to do that.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. You know, this game is a high-pressure game. It means a lot to both sides, and we managed to manage it well and take ourselves to the final, so we're happy.
And what about the atmosphere this crowd generated this evening?
Yeah, it started before the game, you know, when we were arriving on the coaches. I've never seen anything like it. And they pushed us and pushed us and pushed us, and they got this moment in the end, so we're celebrating it together.
Your 81st goal for Arsenal. Has there been a more special one?
Maybe. It's definitely up there.
Should be up there. Was there something as well about the goal itself? A mix of patience and positivity to your play, but the way it went over the top to Victor, and there you were.
Yeah, in those situations I just try and stay alive, and you know, sometimes it bounces for you, sometimes it doesn't, but you have to be there, and I was there, and it fell for me, and I got my goal, so glory to God, thank God, and we go to the final now.
Just sum it up in terms of this team, because you've been under a lot of pressure in recent weeks. You would have seen that as well happening from a distance, so do you feel you've come through a psychological barrier?
Yeah, well, there's no way you're going to come to this position and not have pressure, you know. We're in the semi-finals, well, now in the final of the Champions League, let me correct myself, and we're fighting for the Premier League, so how can you not expect for people to talk about you and for people to criticise you, you know? That's why we have to block it out, focus on getting the job done, and we did that, and yeah, another step forward.
Listen, a guy who was in Mikel Arteta's first ever team, in 2019. You've been the match winner tonight. You were in Mikel Arteta's first ever team, 2019 Boxing Day. So a fitting match winner.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story and I hope it ends well in Budapest.